Assalamu alaikum. Today on Nuran Academy, we discuss the ethics of smart cities from an Islamic perspective. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah.
So today we're exploring the rise of what are called intelligent cities. And these aren't just cities governed by people anymore, but by artificial intelligence. You can imagine these new kinds of urban landscapes, they bring up some really big questions for all of us. Just try to picture this for a second. A city where every single move you make is known. A world where your actions are anticipated before you even take them. Where the infrastructure itself almost feels like it's thinking, watching, and reacting to you in real time. And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction anymore. This is happening right now. It's the very foundation of the modern smart city. We're talking about an environment where these incredibly complex algorithms are starting to manage all the little details of our daily lives, everything from how the traffic flows to how healthcare services are distributed. So, as our cities transform into these huge intelligent systems, we're faced with a question, a really critical one, and it's a question that, honestly, no civilization has ever had to answer in quite this way before.
This technology, it really has two faces. On one side, there's this incredible promise for a better future. But on the other, there's a really significant and kind of hidden peril.
You know, the whole debate about smart cities really boils down to one fundamental trade-off. You've got supporters on one side, and they're promising amazing things, right? Increased efficiency, lower crime, less pollution, just a better quality of life. But then you have the critics, and they're sounding the alarm. They're warning us about constant surveillance, the total loss of privacy, and maybe the most dangerous part, the biases that get baked right into the code.
And here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. These systems will always reflect the values of the people who build them. And some of the tech being rolled out right now is, well, it's really controversial. We're talking about things like widespread facial recognition, algorithms that predict crime, and even social scoring systems. Yeah, it's pretty heavy stuff.
Now, this isn't just some random warning from a small group. This is coming from experts at urban labs connected to the United Nations. They're telling us very clearly where this road is headed if we don't build a strong ethical framework and move forward with a lot of caution.
So, with all this complexity, where do we turn? What's our anchor? Well, for us, as Muslims, we have a moral compass that gives us absolute clarity, even in a dilemma like this. And that compass is justice.
You see, in Islam, justice isn't just a nice idea or a social goal we aim for. No, it's a foundational command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This beautiful verse from Surah An-Nahl is really a cornerstone of our entire worldview. Justice isn't optional, it's a divine imperative.
And this divine principle, it sets up these non-negotiable protections for every human being. So any system we create, whether it's run by people or algorithms, it has to be measured against these core pillars: protecting our privacy, upholding the dignity Allah gave us, ensuring due process, and demanding accountability.
And these pillars are so essential because technology at its core is missing the very things you need for true justice. Think about it. An algorithm is just code. It doesn't have mercy. It has no real intention. And most importantly, it has no fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that consciousness of God is what has to guide anyone who holds power.
This really gets to the heart of the difference between the tool and the person using it. You need ilm, you need knowledge to build these incredibly complex systems, but it's taqwa, that deep awareness and consciousness of God, that has to be the deciding factor in how all that incredible power gets used.
And you know, this isn't some new idea we're just making up for the digital age. Not at all. This is a principle that's been right at the heart of Islamic civilization for, literally, centuries.
Let's look back. For centuries, Muslims knew that you don't just build a city with stone and mortar. You have to build it on solid, ethical foundations. Take the markets, for instance. They weren't just about buying and selling. They were governed by ethics. The judges? They were independent and they were held accountable. The privacy of your home was sacred, and the welfare of the public, the maslaha, was seen as a sacred trust.
They understood something incredibly profound, something timeless. The way you design a city directly shapes how people live within it. It shapes their values, their interactions, everything. And now, today, that exact same responsibility, that sacred trust of shaping society, it's back. It's on our shoulders. Only this time, we're not working with physical architecture.
We're working with the digital architecture of our cities.
So this brings us to the challenge for our generation. It's a call for us to step up and become the architects of a just digital future, one that's guided by these timeless principles we've inherited.
And this is a direct call to you, to the Muslim urban planner who's designing our future communities, to the Muslim AI engineer who's writing the code that will run those communities, to the future Muslim policymaker who will create the laws that keep them in check. Your skills are needed now more than ever to make sure our future isn't just handed over to lines of code. The Ummah today desperately needs AI designers who have taqwa on their hearts, people who can build systems that are fair. We need city planners whose work is driven by justice, making sure this new infrastructure serves everyone. And we absolutely need leaders who will stand up and protect human dignity in this new digital world.
The connection to our own history is just so clear and so powerful. The responsibility is exactly the same, to build with justice. The only thing that's changed is the material we're building with. We have this incredible legacy, and our job isn't just to look back at it, it's to carry it forward into this new era.
So we're going to end with a question. And it's not for me to answer, it's for you. It's a question for you to take with you into your work, your studies, and your life. Our ancestors, the pioneers of our faith, they literally changed the world by shaping it according to divine principles. So the question for our generation is, what will you build now?
Presented and created by Neuron Studio.